Thanksgiving is one of the biggest drinking holidays of the year, and that poses a danger on the roads. Before you have a few drinks and climb behind the wheel, think about this. An OVI conviction could cost you tens of thousands of dollars, and that's just the monetary cost. Natasha Williams spoke with a Bonds Hill man who says driving drunk nearly cost him everything.
Tony Brown knows the cost of DUI all too well.
It's almost cost me my life, honestly.
Brown was drinking heavily a few years ago about this time of year. When he climbed behind the wheel, he woke up after wrapping his car around a telephone pole.
I had this accident in 2010 in November. To this day, I don't know how they got me out of the car. I don't know how they got me out of the car. I just know I woke up in the hospital in traction.
He was a semi-driver, but when he got his second DUI, that was over.
Cost me my livelihood, cost me my family, at that time.
And that's just the monetary loss. Brown is now disabled and walks with a permanent limp.
Now I have a plate in my hip, screws in my hip. I have bad nerves in my feet where I had what's called foot drop. My foot would just hang.
And it's the hidden cost that will get you. It's not the obvious costs. There's certain obvious costs with the fine and the reinstatement fees and what have you, the cost of the program that you will almost inevitably have to do.
Patrick Mulligan is a Dayton area attorney who defends a number of people accused of DUI.
But in almost every year of my 30 years as a lawyer, they have increased the penalties, and it still has not gone away.
He says despite the cost, inconvenience, and even embarrassment, many continue to drink and drive, even despite thousands and thousands of dollars in penalties, and some cost most don't even consider.
So your license is suspended for 6 months to 3 years. Okay, what are you going to do? How are you going to get to work? Are you going to hire someone to drive you?
Last year in Montgomery County, there was a nearly 20% increase in drunk driving arrests, even though experts say a first-time drunk driving conviction with no accident could cost between $9,000 and $24,000 in penalties.
I think the biggest cost is going to be the cost of the high-risk insurance.
Brown doesn't have to worry about insurance costs for now. His injuries make it difficult to drive, but if he ever decides to get behind the wheel of a car again, he says one thing is very certain.
So if I ever start back driving, I never will drive drunk again.
He says he'll never put himself or others in harm's way again.
That was Natasha Williams reporting. The Ohio General Assembly is considering a bill that would require first-time drunk drivers to have devices installed in their cars that check sobriety before starting.